Okay, so yesterday in our money series, we discussed mindset, energy, frequency. There's no shortage of money. Today, let's talk about how money really flows. Money flows in circles. You want money to grow? You have to allow money to circulate first before it spins off in a direction. And right now, what we do is we just spin it off. You're spending it in places it'll never get back to you. And money needs it needs that. It needs to hang out together for a while, multiply. It needs the opportunity to reproduce. If it ain't seeing another one, it can't reproduce. So you gotta be able to have it accumulate in a circle. And what do I mean by this? It means you have to buy from people who you could get something back from, who could buy from you, who might spend however much with you. And so you are making sure that whether it be a cousin, whether it be an aunt, whether the possibility of it getting back to you has to be viable. So when you go to the supermarket, we talk about, and we think that cost has something to do with it. That is not how money works. Remember, true money is about energy. Cost has very little to do with it. So for example, if you think that you're saving 10 cents by buying it from the supermarket as opposed to buying it from your neighbor, you ain't gonna see no growth. Because that neighbor might very well give you something free that the supermarket would never give you. And everything in energy, energy is a circle too. Look at the cycle of rain, precipitation. Like, it's a whole cycle. This cycle is also equated in money. Now, you might not have realized this before, but it is exceedingly essential for you to start looking at where is my money going and is there any way for this money to get back to me. So for example, we buy Amazon, we buy Shein, we buy Temu. When does that money get back to you and how? People talk about not spending money. You can invest in your school, your children's school, because the school gives to your children. You can get back. You can afford to invest in body selling barbecue chicken on a Friday night with chips. That money getting back, because more than lately, they're gonna start cleaning up the community with them selling. That's a get back. So you thinking only in terms of the dollars. I want you to think in terms of energy. How is this energy getting back to me? And if you don't see a way for it to get back to you, it's a good indication it ain't. But money likes its circles. And so for you to start to see wealth, we have to spend. Now, the tighter you break this pool, the tighter you make that intention, where you and a group of friends buy and sell between each other, automatically you can raise your neighborhood. So let me tell you about my neighbor. So my neighbor started selling bread at the corner. Well, all the neighbors passed and it was convenient to get bread for her, so we started buying bread from her. She moved from just selling the bread to start selling snacks. Now she had my children. So now I was giving my children money to go buy stuff from the shop. I'm still buying the bread. Now they're buying snacks. The two things we're buying from her. From there, we saw her take the garage and create a structure. And all of a sudden, she was selling from within the structure. And as fast as they were selling and expanding, they were improving the house. But what was also improving was the neighborhood. Because guess what? We started meeting up at the shop. So my neighbor that sews, that I didn't remember sews, now I like, hey, you sewing, ain't you? Yeah, I want something made. So she started getting business from the people at the shop. And then her daughter does jewelry. And I was like, oh, I got some pieces I want made. I got some gifts I want to get. I start patronizing the daughter. But you get where I'm coming from with this. The circle, because we were the neighborhood automatically improved. Like the row of houses at the front all started doing better. Then Rodney across the road opened his event space. And then we were all going to the event space and hooking up there. And again, patronizing Rodney's stuff. Anything Rodney had, we were all going to that. Rodney has events. And again, like I'm saying, it is, one, it brought the community together. Two, you could see where the money went in the neighborhood. You could see how everybody was able to expand in the neighborhood. And all I'm saying to y'all is, if you understand this, you'll understand how important it is. You know, there's a saying, rich people don't spend money. After you get rich, you buy in bulk so you don't go to the shop. You shop outside of your arena, and you buy good things, so you don't buy multiple things. You don't need to. If you bought a land bag, you really don't need 10,000 because you're like, oh, I've got a land bag. You might want them in different colors, but generally you're so contented with that one, you don't buy more. But the lower class does spend, and because we need to. So them pair of shoes that we buy for each child last term, them we're wearing again because the men are good. And this has nothing to do, which is what we'll deal with tomorrow, the emotional part of it. This is just because we can't buy the quality and the quantity, we shop more often. We keep the economy going. And all I'm saying is, you want that economy to keep going, but you also want that economy to get back to you. And if you aren't spending with anybody who spends back with you, anybody looks at you, anybody who you could get something from, you have no way of making that money get back to you. So the disparity that we are getting isn't just the billionaires. It's the fact you continue to feed the billionaires. When you're hungry, which restaurant do you go to? Chefette, KFC, Barbecue Barn, or the Village Shop Outback? And I'm saying, start going to the Village Shop Outback, where everybody knows your name. That's what I'm asking you. I'm asking you to pay attention where you spend your dollars. I'm asking you to, instead of going in at Kitty Shepherd this year, or going to Temu and Amazon and buying really cute stuff off of them, you find that craftsman over you at the trade fair, at AgriFest, at what's the one that can come up now? Bridgetown Market. You find them and you get your gifts from them. The girl over you that making soaps, the other girl that making creams, start patronizing them. Jergens is probably never going to take you on. So the people who are doing stuff in your neighborhood, patronize them. That money gets back to you. That energy multiplies in your neighborhood if you invest in that energy. So, something to think about. All right. So, just remember, this is for our benefit. This is so we all grow in wealth. But it's going to take us being honest with ourselves and putting in some effort. It isn't going to be the easiest thing to find the girl over you that does the nails, the hair, the products, the body oils, the whatever. It might not be the easiest. So it's going to take some work. You're going to have to put up with some bad service because they're no learning. But your job is to critique them and tell them how to bad and how they could improve. Not go back to the big companies. Go back to them who don't know you. And don't get me wrong, some people are crap, yes. And you're going to go through that as a part of the trenches. But then you're going to learn how to decipher. You're going to learn how to work better. You're going to learn how to explain to them how to give better service. But try first, don't give up first. And let's start circulating money within our islands, our communities, our neighborhoods, and helping us grow. All right. Have an absolutely fabulous day. Oh, and if you like this video or it was useful, save and share.